Welcome in, folks. Happy Thursday. Thank God it's Thursday. Friday Eve.
Friday, and you know what? I'm off tomorrow. I'm not to rub it in, but
There you
let's
go.
go.
One step closer to the weekend, but big change today, Lee. Doesn't necessarily feel like the weekend out there, especially considering we hit 74 yesterday, and we are a far cry from that here this afternoon.
Unfortunately. I mean, so give and take, because we got some much needed rain. It was not a lot. Much needed, but it wasn't much, you know.
Yeah.
We needed it for all those brush fires and wildfires as well. I don't like the cold. I don't like the cloudiness, the raininess, the dreariness. But you know, as I look forward to weather I normally like as we go over the next couple of days, unfortunately, that will mean bad things for our fire risk.
Yes. Yeah. So, unfortunately for Lee and all the other lovers of warm weather, we don't have that out there today.
You like this?
No, not really. I mean, it's kind of like if you want to have let's cozy up inside with a hot chocolate and read a book kind of day, then I feel like this is perfect.
Absolutely. But we are stuck at work.
Yeah. So. Yeah. Or if you have like things that you have to do and you have to be outside, then it is kind of like gross and miserable. Our warmest temperatures actually happened early this morning, Lee, like right before sunrise. So we've just gradually seen temperatures continue to go down in the 40s in Jacksonville right now. Wind chills, though, are even colder than that. So, a frigid day that you certainly need the coats out there. And look at that. 25 to almost 30 degrees.
Wild. Colder. I mean, it's not surprising when you step outside. If you stepped outside this time yesterday, you're like, yep, that feels like almost 30 degrees cooler. But it's just, it never ceases to amaze me, the weather that we get here. It always keeps us on our toes. It's going to be almost 30 degrees colder in one day. And yet the big story starting tomorrow is warm up again.
Yeah. Well, and it was funny. Anthony Austin texted me earlier today. He was like, I know y'all were talking about it being colder today. But he was like, dang, I didn't think you meant this cold. And I was like, yeah, we were talking about the winds, putting the wind chills down in the 40s and even into the 30s in some spots. We were kind of talking yesterday about like what were the chances of that with the cloud cover. And obviously that has come to fruition.
That's right. I'm not going to name any names here, but this morning, like late this morning, someone in this building, one of our coworkers, walked outside and goes, whoa, it feels like it's dropped 10 degrees since a couple hours ago. And I was like, yeah, we've been talking about that. Like, we warned you about that. But a wind chill in the 30s. This is not the evening that we go for long walks with our dogs or, you know, like eat dinner outside. The wind is whipping out there, so your napkin would go flying away anyway. But you would also need to bundle up, need one of those winter hats with wind chills in the 30s right now. It's not even 5 o'clock.
I feel like this is one of those days where you don't walk the dog, you let the dog run.
There you go.
And you stand over, kind of huddled up. Hands,
hands in pockets.
Hands in pockets like this, waiting until Fido finishes his business and comes back. These are one of the days where I, as a cat owner, look at all you dog owners. Because, in my neighborhood, we don't have a lot of space to let the dogs run, especially if people don't have a fence. And so they do have to walk their dogs. Yeah. And I'm just like, couldn't be me. Couldn't be me. Makes you grateful to just have a cat.
One day it will be me, but not right now. I'll be grateful for right now.
Well, this colder air all kind of came in behind the cold front that we saw arrive to the First Coast last night. Lee and myself, we tracked showers through much of our evening newscast last night. Now completely pushed offshore, but all of that colder air has come in. You kind of talked about it. We got some beneficial rain, but really wasn't a lot. I mean, 0.06 of an inch at Jacksonville International Airport, Brunswick and Waycross. The top spots there at
a whopping
1200s.
We'll take whatever rain we can get, of course. But Ross, I know that you were even looking into some of the data about just how much rain or lack of rain we have seen. This is new today. Our new drought monitor comes out every Thursday.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, more areas under extreme drought. It's just starting to expand across our area. Everyone on the First Coast under some sort of drought conditions, moderate up by Brunswick and St. Simon's Island, severe for a lot of us, but that extreme is expanding.
Yeah, now into Baker County, a larger portion of Union and Bradford, and kind of inching up into Columbia, and pretty much straight up I-75 towards Valdosta. That extreme continues. So this is what Lee sort of mentioned there about some of the data we've looked into. So we went the whole way back to September 1st. So over the last 5 months and a little bit of change, we typically should see just over 20 inches of rain. So that's the normal amount we'll see in Jacksonville. this past year, so from September 1st, 2025 to today, we've only gotten 8.72, so less than half of what we typically should see over that time span, or between that date range. So we're now over or almost at an 11.5-inch deficit over the past 5 months.
That's wild. And so Robert Speta and I mentioned this earlier in our Weather Watchers Worldwide, but everything kind of connects. It's give and take. So we are still very grateful we did not have tropical systems impact us this year. But this is what happens. I mean, starting September 1st, usually September, October, active months with the tropics. We did not get a whole lot of rainfall because for us, we dodged a lot of those tropical storms, depressions, and hurricanes. But now this is what happens. We end up in this big drought come late winter and then into early spring.
Yeah, I think the two glaring things were that no tropical rains in September, because we should see like over 7 inches of rain. And I think we only got like 2 point something. So we missed out on that. And then the whole month of November, although it is one of the drier months, we didn't get a single drop of rain. Nada. So really between those two, and then I believe we had below average rainfall each of the other months. So October, December, and January. I mean, it amounts to this. It all adds up. It's a domino effect. And some of that is because of, as you mentioned, that the lack of tropical storms. Then also a La Nina winter kind of keeps us drier here as well. So things certainly aren't good out there now. Today was a bit of a break from the heightened wildfire risk,
right?
But that'll start to creep back in a little bit tomorrow with the strong westerly wind, and even more so then by the start of the weekend.
Yeah, already getting into critical tomorrow, I can see, and then Saturday's even worse. And then it's going to stay elevated Sunday and Monday, even into next week. I mean, rain is hard to find on our 7-day forecast. So there you go. That means that we're staying drier. And unfortunately, today it was fairly low, all things considered, with how moist our atmosphere was. But tomorrow, I mean, we're already just immediately right back to near critical. Oh yeah, that's lovely. That's a great map.
Not a single drop of rain expected over the next 5 days, and really even over the next 7. I mean, we'll get into it then, but by next Wednesday and Thursday, there's some isolated rain chances, but nothing like soil soaking.
No.
Gully gushing is what we need.
Some gully gushing. We do need that. I mean, definitely not drought busting rain in our forecast. Warming up, but not getting a lot of that moisture that sometimes we see comes with a warm up and southerly winds. Sometimes they'll pull in more moisture. But we popped, like you said, there's low rain chances, but not nearly enough for any sort of beneficial rainfall to head our way. So instead, now we're just going to focus on the dry and cold start tomorrow.
Yes, yet again, another chance for some freezing temperatures, Lee.
I think, we got a question about San Marco. Do I need to cover my plants again? And I do think it's a light freeze. And I think San Marco is so close to the water. I think you would stay above 32.
I agree.
And even for some of those inland spots, like the west side, you're going to get down to freezing, but how long do you stay freezing is enough to do damage. So I think that's up to you. How sensitive are your plants? How tropical are they? But not as bad as we have seen, just a light freeze mainly for our inland spots.
I think that's the key phrase there, right? Light freeze, not a hard freeze where you have an extended period of time with temperatures well below freezing. So we'll probably only have it for a few hours early tomorrow morning. And the beach is left out of it as well, thankfully.
Hey, middle to upper 30s, still cold for all those beachgoers. Too cold to watch the sunrise on the beach. That's still going to be feeling quite frosty.
That is very true. Well, we're going to take a quick short break. When we come back, we'll take you through what's in store for your Friday tomorrow. And of course, look ahead to the weekend and all those weekend events out there on the First Coast here. Coming up. Buongiorno, Lee. Welcome back in. Is that Italian?
Is
Buongiorno?
it? Yeah, that sounds right.
That's all I
I
know.
should know this.
I don't know any other
Like
Italian words.
ciao? No.
That's goodbye, right?
Yeah.
Ciao.
Ciao.
We were talking about...
Grazie, right? Grazie, thank you.
Oh, yeah, grazie. Yeah. We were talking about the Milan Cortina Winter Olympics, and Lee was putting together a little forecast for the Olympics
Yeah, you
over
can
there.
check that out on our social media platforms here in a little bit. But
Yeah.
exciting stuff with the opening ceremonies on Friday. It is, like we were going to talk about the Friday forecast. It's a little bit cooler, sunny, but still, I think overall a good day or evening to sit and watch the opening ceremonies right here on
Yes.
NBC 12.
Yes, should be a good night for it. A cold start to the day. I think a true kind of like layer and peel.
Yeah.
I feel like I've used that terminology a lot recently.
Yeah, people are just going to start booing us because we have
Yeah.
no other way to say it.
Well, but that's because like we've had pretty similar days in the concept of like you have a cold morning, but because we have such dry air here, temperatures are able to warm up by about 30 degrees by the afternoon. So you start cold and then you end the day feeling like it's, mid-spring almost.
So, yeah, I mean, people getting those thick sweaters on tomorrow morning, especially after today. If we're not talking to you, you're watching. That means you're doing the right thing. You're staying aware of the weather. You'll know that we get warmer tomorrow. But just think about everyone who doesn't tune in to our forecast. And they wake up, it's freezing tomorrow. They're going to bundle up. They'll be sweating, especially if they're sitting outside in the sun like we were talking about yesterday.
Yes. Yeah, so lows 60s, sunny tomorrow, great end to the week. Will be a little bit windy out there, winds out of the west, but whether you're watching the opening ceremony at the Olympics or maybe heading out to the first Friday at the Friendship Fountain, Lee, overall, I mean, it should be a nice evening.
It will.
For most.
I think clear skies, it's just going to seem like a happier day tomorrow after the cloud cover that we've seen today. Lots of sunshine tomorrow. And then, of course, cooling down after sunset. But you got a DJ, you got your lawn games. It'll be good. Food truck. What's your favorite type of food truck food?
Oh.
I caught him mid-sip.
This is going to throw you for a loop. Like chicken and cheese empanadas.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, that's good.
Love me some empanadas. So like tacos, empanadas, something like that.
Yeah, a taco food truck is probably...
I also love barbecue food trucks are great too.
Mm-hmm.
They just burn a hole through your wallet real fast.
They do.
So I go for the...
I love barbecue food trucks that have like the barbecue meat over like cheese fries.
Okay,
It's usually not as expensive as like a whole platter, but it's still really good. You get all the flavors in there.
Like pulled pork fries or nachos or something like that. Yeah.
So good.
Okay, now have you ever been to the First Friday at Friendship Fountain?
I have not.
Okay. Someone over in the newsroom was asking me the other day, like, have I been to one of the silent discos that I know they have out there? And I was like, no, I have not. And they were like, what's the point of that? I won't name names who asked, but they were like, what's the point of a silent disco? You guys are all dancing to different music?
Okay, obviously they've never done a silent disco.
And I was like, yeah, I think that's the beauty in it, is that like you get to jam to what you want to listen to and rock out with.
It is so fun.
I feel like it's just positive vibes amongst everyone.
It is. And it's also hilarious when you take off your earphones and hear everyone singing a different song. Or like, I'll do that too. Like I'll take a break and like get water, whatever, take the headphones off and hear other people singing a song I love, and I know to change the channel. And I'm like, wait, I got to get to that song now. That's good.
So you haven't done it at the Friendship Fountain, but you have done it
But
before.
I have done, I do enjoy it. My mom loves a silent disco, so I have done that with her a couple of times.
Lee is the silent disco expert.
No, my mom is. My mom is. I just tag along.
No, what is do you have a go-to song? Does your mom have a go-to song?
Well, every time we've done it, like you can't pick the song. You pick like a channel, and some like I'll lean more towards the current like popular songs. Mm-hmm. She'll of course go back to like the 70s and 80s kind of channel. But any sort of good throwback early 2000s. Oh, it's a blast. Have you not done silent disco?
No, I've never done one. No.
Well, the point is to have fun. To whoever said that, the point is to have fun.
Well, I'm sure they'll have one of those at Friendship Fountain at some point later in the month, or if not, when it gets warmer in the
I think they also did them at the pier last summer. There's a couple of silent discos around the area. Also, it's free. Like, it's free fun. It's great. It's family friendly. It's great for families to take their kids out, have them burn off some energy, have a good Friday night, Saturday night, whatever it is. And
that's what I call just me dancing in my underwear and socks in the kitchen with headphones in.
And I'm sure
It's my
Enzo, that's your dog's name, right? Enzo
yeah,
is
yeah.
just that's entertainment for Enzo too.
Oh yeah, barking at me. I don't hear him. I'm just dancing around having a good time.
Okay, so he actually hates it. He's like, please take off those headphones.
Yeah. Okay. Well, so kind of back to the forecast here. Cold front came through last night. Drier air coming in, sunny skies as well, but we'll have a secondary cold front kind of arrive Saturday. This will bring some rain and snow to portions of the Tennessee and Ohio river valleys and kind of the mid-Atlantic portion of the country, but it will be dry for us, so not going to bring any rain and or snow with it locally on the first coast, but it will bring in a cooler northwest breeze. So windy tomorrow. This is a look at your winds through Friday, out of the west, 10 to 20, perhaps gusts upwards of about 25 to even 30 based on some of the modeling. But you can kind of just notice that wind direction change on Saturday. So it won't be as windy, but it perhaps will maybe feel like a cooler wind. And just because it's coming from the northwest where there is some cooler and drier air off to our north, that will overall just kind of lower dew points throughout the day on Saturday. So wind, drier air, a lot of sunshine, and the drought conditions that Lee and I already touched on. That is why Saturday does have that high fire risk out there.
Yeah, not a good combo for that. So Saturday, a lot of people, I realized we made a mistake yesterday, Ross.
Oh, did we?
When we were talking about Super Bowl, we said it could be fun outside, warming up, maybe a little bonfire. We can't tell people to have a bonfire right now.
Yeah, probably not.
And so for the weekend, Saturday too, I know it's fun to gather out there and it's getting cool again, Saturday night into Sunday morning, even cooler. But that high fire risk, we just, even be careful grilling out, anything like, just please be careful with any sort of fire.
Yeah, that is a good point. I didn't even really.
I realized
think
it
about that. Yeah.
right after. I was like, "Oh, that was never mind. We cannot tell
and
people to do that."
The main thing with that is you got to be mindful of like the embers and the sparks that kind of loft into the sky.
Right.
Things are so dry that it doesn't take a lot to light something up.
The breeze will pick it up and drop it on a spot. With the freeze that we're having this morning, just continues. These freezes continue to kill everything, and then it's dead and dry, and it's like a matchbox.
Yeah. That's a good point. I'm glad you brought that up. Calling us out.
Yeah, I had to call us out. So you don't do it over the weekend and then blame us for whatever catches on fire. Don't do it.
Sunday will kind of be a similar story. A chilly morning, a super sunny afternoon. Temperatures in the mid 60s there. Shouldn't be as breezy.
Super Sunday, Super Bowl. Is that why you said it?
Yeah.
Did you? I like it.
That was a little Mike Prangley.
Like a nod to him?
Yes, a nod to him. I feel like he's always good with the puns.
He is. I like it. Super after.
Trying to take some inspiration from him. Let's take another short break. When we come back, we'll kind of take you through the rest of the weekend or what's left of it for the forecast and through the rest of the 7-day here just a little bit. Well, we left talking about the weekend a little bit, focusing on Sunday, and we could kind of have a wide range or wide variety of temperatures on Sunday. A little bit of a east-northeast wind, kind of just that onshore flow. So keeping things chilly out at the beaches where you're at, but perhaps a little bit warmer for our friends who live a bit further inland.
Yeah, Keystone Heights. That looks nice. I like that temperature.
Yes.
We'll go inland on Sunday. Yeah, it'll probably be a bit cooler. And I'm really glad you're showing this because, yeah, when you look at the 7-day, 65 actually feels nice under sunshine. But out at the beaches with that breeze blowing, if you temporarily touch 60 in the Atlantic Beach area, that's a chilly day in the 50s throughout the day. So, yeah, not a great beach day. We're always looking out towards the beaches over the weekend, but except for Sunday evening when we're all on the couch or posted up at a bar somewhere.
I think I've concluded that it'll be too cold for me to be out.
Okay.
Like, no watch party probably for me outside, but some people are built different than me.
But not a lot because you come from where it's cold. Most of us here are, yeah. Wow, you're becoming a real Floridian.
A little bit, yeah.
I think it's too cold.
Yeah, the last few weeks when we've had these cold bouts, I'm like, dang, this is cold.
It is. Nope. You're gonna be stuck here.
And even this past weekend, I was curled up. Well, not curled up necessarily, but I was I was pretty cozied up in the lazy boy, feet up, but a big old oversized sweatshirt, and I was just all.
Can we zoom this camera out so he's literally he's showing you with his feet up and everything.
And but typically I'm shorts and a t-shirt, and it's still 65 in the apartment, and I'm sweating. And yet this weekend was different.
Yeah.
So I think the blood is thinning.
Honestly, it is.
Slowly but surely.
So all of us likely, for the most part, going to be inside watching the game, getting a little chilly. But if you do not like the cold weather, like Ross Muma, he does not like it anymore. We do have some good news.
Yeah, big old warming trend, kind of coming from the western part of the country. This big upper level high moves in kind of over the Gulf through the first part of next week. So here's a 7-day. Check out some of those temperatures. I mean, Monday, 73, and we just continue to pretty much go up and up from there through at least the middle of the week. Some of that is because of the southwest wind there for both Tuesday and Wednesday, but also those heights are climbing, so temperatures warming up quite a bit. Morning lows aren't going to be nearly as cold either, so I think really after this weekend, we can say goodbye to the freezes, at least for a short while.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. I need to look this up again. Last year, I looked up our average last freezes. It's coming up here pretty soon. Depending on where you are. I mean, Waycross can get all the way until April 1st, I think.
Yeah, when I know Tim Deegan used to say something about right around St. Patrick's Day. It's the last time you would have that was his
last.
Yeah, I don't think
around that time.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that was rooted in scientific data per se.